look, we look like the two Ronnies.
Ah.
Hi and welcome to the second episode of the Thursday Knitting Club. The Thursday Knitting Club is now in session. The front door is on the latch. You are welcome to come and join us for a good old chinwag about what we're knitting and what we're making. Although we're the Thursday Knitting Club, there are some other sneaky bits coming. In fact, today there's going to be a little bit crochet. A little bit crochet, just to mix things up a bit. But I should introduce us. First of all, I'm Nicky.
I'm Irina.
She's Irina. And we are two very good friends who like to get together and natter and knit. Or craft, create, put the world to rights, basically is what we do.
I usually just natter, you knit.
Irina's actually given up knitting when we get together because she's too busy chatting.
I can't multitask, I can only either knit or talk. I can't seem to do both.
So when you don't want to talk to anybody, you just knit, basically.
Yeah. I can listen, but I can chat it.
And knit.
Very well.
And knit, yeah. I prefer now, I find, to knit and not talk. I can do both, but I like to just zone out. And
that's why I like, just like it's kind of meditative for me. That's why I don't really go to group meetings of any sort because I don't really.
Bit of an antisocial bod, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm an antisocial.
You don't like people.
No, I don't like people. Sorry, love you all.
Yeah, she really does.
Just don't like any of them. I don't know.
The greater outside world.
Yeah, it's just too much pressure.
I think people will empathise with you on that one. So anyway, so we both live down south of the UK, and we've known each other for many years, and we've knit all sorts of things, from toys to... I brought my little sheep. This is Fat Sheep.
It was a rabbit just now.
It's not a sheep, is it?
It's a rabbit.
It's going well, isn't it? This is Fat Rabbit. Sorry, not Fat Sheep. I'm so sorry, Rabbit. And he's a Susan B. Anderson make. I'm going to sort of bring you there, that's it, so I'm not right in your face. And he's really cute. He's got a little bobble tail. So I thought just for a bit of ambience, I'd put him there. Because, you know, we don't have things like candles.
You do, we're sort of there.
Oh, the candles over there. But, so anyway, that's enough of that. So it is today, it's not Thursday.
No,
it's Tuesday today. Also, last episode was it's Monday, so today I could call it
it's Monday today.
Is it Monday?
Oh, it's Monday. We're doing well. You all right? She had a busy weekend.
Oh, this is not good, is it? This is not good.
This is a sheep. This is a Tuesday. Yeah, whatever.
It's a sheep and it's Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. It's Monday for the Thursday Knitting Club. And that's that. So I think we want to say thank you to everybody who watched the last podcast.
Absolutely.
Even though it wasn't quite such a shambles as this has just been. But thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it, didn't we?
It was really fun replying to all the comments and everything.
Yeah, that's the lovely bit, is the comments. So
I replied to one today that someone said that sorry, I don't obviously remember the names because they have usernames and not proper names. So
and you're never quite sure.
Yeah. But the lady said that she has a sausage grand sausage.
Yes, I love that.
I love grand sausage.
Yeah. And wasn't that the one? It's a wire-haired one. Did you say it's wire-haired?
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, I just kicked the sausage. Sorry.
So there is lots of really good knitting
dog.
to
I didn't
come.
mean an actual sausage.
Yeah, there's not sausages laying on the floor.
No,
a little bit later, we'll possibly introduce you properly to the sausages. There was a little glimpse of Reggie last week, but we might get a bit of Teddy in as well if we can get any sense out of ourselves at all. So as I said, thank you very much to all of that. Please continue. I hope you'll carry on watching and subscribe. And tell your friends, spread the word, share us on Instagram.
Don't tell your friends builders, I don't think they'll be interested.
What builders? Yeah. My brother-in-law watches and he's a painter decorator.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, Kev, if you're
tell
watching...
Your builders, tell your about the knitting podcast.
He was quite popular on my podcast, on my Clara Peggotty podcast. Kevin made an appearance actually and he got quite a lot of comments.
Oh, he doesn't knit or anything?
He doesn't knit, no. I don't know why he would watch it, but he did and he really enjoyed it. So.
Cool.
Right, I think that's probably that. Shall we start with what we're wearing?
Sure.
Shall we start? Yeah. You're cheating because you're wearing an FO, aren't you?
Oh yeah, but it's because I've got 3, so it's easier to just show. Yeah, but this was nearly finished last time, so it's not.
That's
really
right, Was. Will you tell us about your FO first?
Yeah, this is a Frankie sweater by Petite Knit. It's knit in Peer Gynt in colours Above the Clouds and just dark brown, I think. I think they're both Petite Knit colours, but not like the new ones, the older ones.
Yeah. So Petite Knit for Sandnes Garn, isn't it?
Sandnes Garn Peer Gynt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Sorry about the chairs, peeps.
Yeah, that's all there is to it, really.
I love that. I love that whole style of sweater these days.
Yeah, it's lovely. I really like it. The design, the sweater, so great, easy to knit because obviously there's no like ribbing to knit. Well, I don't mind knit ribbing, but generally there's no ribbing to kind of knit for miles or anything like that. So it's very straightforward. Obviously, raglan, short rows, all good.
But
as always. But yeah,
she's going to have a rant, so I'm just going to...
I'm quite ranty today, yeah. I am a ranty person anyway, but yeah. Yeah, no, I'm slightly ranty about Peer Gynt as in it's a bit itchy. And I think it's kind of... Petite Knit uses a lot of it, and like other designers use a lot of a lot of Peer Gynt yarn. And I think it's a good yarn.
Is it... it's just Norwegian wool?
Yeah, it's Norwegian wool.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's brilliant for people from like Norway and Denmark because it's more local to them. So it's kind of a nice choice for them to make that you think. Whereas we have like in the UK, I mean like Blueface Leicester or Falcon Merino is not exactly UK, but that's kind of one of the yarns that all the local kind of yarn spinners do. Also,
we're a little bit more wussy in the UK.
I don't think we're wussy, but it doesn't get cold enough.
Right,
and I think like I rarely wear anything underneath my sweaters, so they tend to be close to skin. And I'm not that sensitive to wool really, but because it's not that cold, you get quite warm and you start getting itchy.
Yes.
And I think that's what I dislike.
Okay. Cut.
Back to Peer Gynt.
Back to Peer Gynt. We had to have a little natural break there.
So. Yeah, my main point about the yarn is that it's good for the Scandinavian climate, which is much colder and people are much more likely to wear something underneath, so the scratchiness is not an issue, whereas for the UK, I think something like Blueface Leicester or Falcon Merino would work better. Another issue I have with Peer Gynt is that it's, Petite Knit patterns knit with Peer Gynt tend to be knit to about 20 stitches per 10 centimeter gauge, which is, to me, is a DK weight gauge, whereas Peer Gynt is nowhere a DK weight, even though it seems to be claimed to be a DK on like Ravelry and stuff, because it's about 98 meters per 50 grams, so that's, or is it, no, I think it's just 90 meters per 50 grams, so it's like 180 meters per 100 grams, which is more of an Aran weight.
Yeah, at very least worsted,
but
more Aran,
Yeah. So once I blocked the sweater, the gauge was actually 16 stitches per 10 centimeters, so it's quite a bit looser than I think it was meant to be. And normally I'd need to knit size L, and I knitted size M. Because I knew my gauge would look like, because it didn't look like DK. So that's another issue. And another issue is, so it's also quite heavy, like you knit with it and it's heavy, and you need a lot of it. So it's really not economical, even though it seems quite cheap with only £5 per 50 grams. Because you need so many balls of it.
Yeah, it's like really, any sort of bigger yarn. Yeah. It's you get less bang for your buck, don't you?
Yeah, but because it's knit to such a tight gauge, you still need a lot of it.
I see, yes.
So I don't really think it's that economical. I think it's like false economy. Because I can get, like, even I don't often knit with hand-dyed yarn, but like with the 4-ply hand-dyed, or even sports weight, I knitted mod-tee, and I think I just used 3. But basically I could have got a sweater out of 300 grams of yarn. So that would have been the same price as Peer Gynt.
I'm just looking it up on...
Yeah, it's about £4.95 I think per 50 grams.
Where can we look at it? Tangled yarn, it's as good as any.
So yeah, so I just think it's false economy. I don't think it's, like, I'm sure it wears well, but it will still peel like any other yarn, and you can see on Petite Knit, like, she advertises her depeeler thingy, and it obviously does peel because it's natural wool, it's no problem at all. But I mean, so basically my point is that there's nothing special about it. It's a good yarn, it comes with nice colours, it's warm, it's very thick. it appears to be cheap, but I don't think. But it's mid-range, obviously. It's not very expensive. But
And
I
do you think it's more because it is not attached to, associated with such a popular designer, then people would veer towards that?
I think so.
I must admit, I felt it in the shop. The first time I found a shop that had it, and I felt it, and I thought, you know, if I'm going to knit with that, I'll probably knit with Shetland just as much.
Well, exactly.
It's
So,
yeah. I was just looking. So DK, 50 grams, 91 meters.
91. So yeah, so that's 180 meters per 100 grams.
And actually,
that's not DK.
They put it as a heavy DK. So they say 3.5 to 4 millimeter needle, 22 stitch gauge.
3.5 with this yarn would be a pain. I find even 4 millimeter it's okay. It's not bad, but I think it's a bit
hard work.
Well, yeah, it's not as enjoyable, I think, as knitting a slightly thinner yarn on 4 millimeter needles. So
yes, yeah.
So yeah, I think it feels kind of heavy. Like you wear it and it feels heavy. It has heft to it, which is not always bad because it could give you a nice drape. But yeah, I think it's brilliant for colder climes and it's brilliant as a local yarn for the Scandinavia.
Yeah. But if you've got the whole choice that we have these days, then you wouldn't choose to knit in that.
And especially I see knitters from America wondering, is it worth it? And I think they have so much lovely yarn in America, like local yarn. So I think just go with that. Like you're not gaining. Well, unless you actually like specific color.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything special about it. It's a nice kind of workhorsey yarn, as in it's not fancy. It's, as again, Norwegian local wool, so it doesn't come from miles and miles away. But yeah, I mean, it's okay.
Go out. Keep talking.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll be buying it again or anything because I don't really think I get anything from it that I wouldn't get. I think I'd rather buy maybe even like Sandnes Garn Merino because obviously that's softer and it's also not super wash. But I also like Drops Daisy and that's much more affordable and just as nice. And I know there are like questions about Drops, but I think they just use very large scale production. They buy kind of lower quality wool from what I've read. It's a bit like with supermarket biscuits, like you get Waitrose gets the first dibs for the perfect biscuits or whatever, and then like Morrison's get the last ones or whatever, and it's a bit like that. So Drops just get slightly lower grade wool, but it's like Daisy is lovely to knit with.
And what blend is that?
It's non-superwash merino.
Okay.
And it's similar in meterage. But
So
I think
it's still a merino. It's still a.
It's merino, so it's very soft. I think it does. I haven't found it because I don't think it. I mean, I don't mind yarn peeling. I think it's meant to peel. It's wool, it will peel. So that doesn't bother me. I'll just depeel it. And so I think it's much more economical. And I mean, it's just. Or I'd rather just go, if I'm wanting to knit with local, I'd go for some British wool.
Yeah, I mean,
which I'll talk about in a minute.
Romney is a nice.
Yeah, and that's just a scratchy. So.
And I'd say that's perhaps equivalent. So
it's not skin soft, and neither is this.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously everybody's different sensitivity-wise.
Yes.
But I don't think I'm such a baby. I don't think I'm like, I'm okay with slight scratch.
Tough.
But
You're a tough nut.
But yeah, just scratching.
Yeah, choose what works for you. But if you want an opinion of, there was a post on Instagram, Little Bobbins, Danny posted and asked about Let Lopi and whether that was scratchy.
That's so scratchy.
And I messaged her, I said, and she said, she said she's a delicate little flower, and I said, it's not for you. It's absolutely not for you.
It's very scratchy.
Brilliant yarn, all the qualities of it, and the fibre, because I'm into fibres and their qualities, it's great. But if you're a little bit sensitive, plus, again, like you made the point, we don't need that kind of thick, heavy, insulating wool in this country.
I think that's what it was meant to. It's meant to be for big loppy sweaters that you wear on top of things.
Yeah. And often they're colour work, so they're double-stranded.
Yeah.
So it's like
a jacket is brilliant because you're going to wear it on top of another or like a shirt or t-shirt, whatever. So so it's just, if you just want like a fashionable sweater that like Petite Knit puts out, more kind of up-to-date patterns, I think you better go with something that softer to the skin and not so insulating. Whereas if you want a proper like go out in the cold sweater and not even need to wear a jacket, then Lop is brilliant. But it's I didn't like knitting with it. It's so scratchy. I ended up making cat beds with it. It hurts my fingers. I've got some eczema prone skin. So no. All love to them, but no.
Basically. But anyway, that's what you're wearing, and that's what you think of your opinion on Peer Gynt.
Yeah.
I'm wearing another petite. Well, I'm wearing two. I've got double layers on today, so I won't bang on about them too much. But this is an oldie but a goodie that happened to be knit by
Oh,
Irina.
you knitted both, didn't
You
it?
knitted both. Irina's knit me two sweaters, and I'm wearing them both. I mean, I'm such a creep. But so this is it's the Rose Cardigan, isn't it? By Andrea Mowry. I will stand without making too much noise, and I'll bend my knees so that my head doesn't get lopped off. So this is, you knit this for me several years ago, didn't you? Because the yarn is dyed by Bear and Sheep's Clothing, and I don't know if she still dyes.
I don't know, Nicky already had a kit for it, and she just couldn't bring herself to knit it, so I couldn't hear.
Yeah, so Irina's always complaining she didn't have much to knit, so, and she made it for me. I tried on a sample at Millie's at Tribe Yarns when I used to do some work for Millie up in Richmond, and I loved the shop sample, and so I then bought the kit, and then Irina knit it for me. So this is good. The only weird thing is it's got a bit of a stand-up.
Yeah, well, because it's got a funny construction. You knit it sideways.
Yeah.
I can't remember now, but do you?
Yeah, do you knit up the arms?
I don't remember years ago.
Yeah.
But it is sideways, so you go.
Yes.
You can see it's going sideways. So,
yeah. And it's obviously reverse stockinette as well.
Yeah.
But that's a good one. And then my newest one, which I will take off the cardigan for, is this one, another Petite Knit. I love this. I think you've got the fit. I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't actually see the camera. This is the Cumulus.
Sorry, I keep touching your boobs today, but there's just a bit of fibre.
Touch away. We're all friends here. This is Cumulus
O neck.
O neck. Because I much prefer a round neck like this. It's not too high, it sits really nicely. Somehow Irina has got such a perfect fit for me. Better than when I make my own stuff, to say. But just a really simple tee. I had yarn from Dandelion and Dogwood. I had this beautiful merino silk blend.
Is it alpaca? Because it was quite stretchy.
And alpaca, yes. And I'd started to knit something and it didn't work.
It was way too drapey.
It was very drapey. So for the project I was knitting, it just didn't work at all. So Irina was like, oh, I'll do something with that, like she does.
Because she was going to hey, this yarn, I'm going to get rid of it. Not hate the actual yarn, but like knitting with it.
Yeah,
the project didn't work out.
I just didn't know what to make with it. I couldn't find, I had 3 skeins and I just didn't know what to do with it. Which is, first world problem, I appreciate that.
But you do get annoyed. Like once you've already knitted for ages on something, you then like, oh, I don't really.
Yeah.
But as I say, I'm painfully practical, so I'm like, nope, we've got to work with that.
She won't let me do anything rash at all. But, and you held it with
this is
cashmere, didn't you?
Yeah, this is Todd and Duncan cashmere again on clone. I bought. It's just a lace weight cashmere, but I thought it will give some structure to the alpaca.
Yes.
Stretch so much.
Yeah. And it did, and the colour, you got a really good colour match.
Yeah, it's a nice morning.
And it's really nice, it's quite warm, it's just right for me because I get hot and then I get cold, and lots of people out there will sympathise with that. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing, so thank you Petite Knit again. And I've obviously got my poppy on my banner today. Yeah. Poppy, would you get down? I've got a little sausage pouring up my feet here. So that's what we're wearing, and that's probably taken about 3 hours to talk about.
Sorry, that was me renting.
So let's go to finished objects.
Yes. Do you want to start with yours?
I'll start with mine. Yeah, well, I've only got one finished object because I've been working on a lot of garments and sweaters, Christmas presents and presents for myself. But I finished my Polarlua hat, which I showed you. I think I only had about that much done last week. So it's one of those.
Oh, so cute, this fluffy.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah. Well, that's not sheepy, but yeah.
No. You did it again, didn't you? Sheepy.
So it does look sheepy.
It does look like a sheep. And then it's got a double turn brim. And then I'll put it on, even though I just had my hair done, so I'm going to flatten my hair down. But I think
it's adorable.
It's really lovely. Oh, arrange me. Yeah. The only thing is I had to cast off quite tightly, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But but it still works. And so you've got this duplicate stitch seaming across the top, And I just really like it, and it's just as well because I've got more yarn to knit different ones.
If you made it in bright red, that could be very Santa Clausy.
It will be Santa Clausy. I know. I had to think.
Oh no! It doesn't look Santa Clausy like that.
This is alright.
Just from the distance, because I just imagined it being red.
Well, it's the fur, and I need the pointy bit, and yeah. But anyway,
I think it will be a brilliant hat for people with small heads, like my mum. Because I was thinking of making one for my mum, because she's got tiny heads. So if she's got like a sock type beanie thing. Like she just looks like a child, just really tiny little head.
But I've got a big head, and I find double brims are more complimentary.
Oh yeah, no, it looks great.
So it looks like on you.
It looks great anyway. It looks great on any head. But I mean, as an option, it looks brilliant on. But I've got a big head. I don't have a small
looks
head.
really nice.
And it looks nice.
Yeah,
really
that's
nice
good.
Yeah. No, I've got a big head with a massive forehead. So yeah, no, I mean that's not problem for me. But yeah, so I was thinking of making one of that.
Yeah. It was
it's great.
The beginning bit. It's top down, so you start here. And I have to say, with this thick yarn, it was a bit of a hand cruncher. But
what's the yarn again?
I've got it here. The Rauma Varms, Rauma Garn Varms. So I bought 2 more to do a brown. Well, actually, I bought green and brown because I thought I'd knit them for everybody for Christmas, which is yeah. Probably not going to happen now.
Yeah.
But this is, this is 82 metres for 50 grams. So this is Aran upwards, isn't it? Knit on, and it's a 14 to 16 stitch gauge. So, and I believe this is recycled. I think this is a recycled yarn. You getting your puppy cuddles on again.
I mean, why are you so red?
He's just stealing the show. And then for the boot clay, I use the Gepard Teddy Deer. Can you see that there? And this is it's just gorgeous. But this is merino and alpaca. Okay. Because I bought some cheap boot clay with the thought of making. I had another project, but it was polyester. Oh, okay. And I felt it, and I'm like, no. But this is lovely.
I think the polyester one probably be good for like toy making.
Yes, I did think if I'm going to make a teddy or something. But yeah, so that's the Polarlua hat. I put the details on last week's podcast, so if you want to see, I can't remember who designed it.
Was your vest fully finished last time? Did you put the buttons on? I feel like you didn't.
Oh, my Alpine Bloom one. It was done, I hadn't blocked it. Right. And I hadn't put the buttons on. Yeah. So yeah, I've done that now. I did put it on Instagram, but I didn't bring that down to show today.
Because I remember you finished more than just the head since the last podcast.
Yeah, so it was that, and then I've pushed on with some other sweaters and things. So, so our little rabbit that's a sheep, not a rabbit. You'll have to put Reggie down now.
Okay, well, that's disappointing.
So, come over to me.
Oh, I should have probably...
Pass the puppy.
I probably should have changed over, shouldn't I? Well, I'll talk about it and then I'll talk about it in a minute.
So next finished object.
Yeah, next finished object. So, well, it's hard to kind of say what pattern it is because... So this is just a basic raglan sweater. And I talked about it last time. We saw the colours last time, didn't we? I had very deep stash yarns. One was Sandnes alpaca and one was Debbie Blee's Falkland merino Aran. They've both been in my stash for years, and one of these Sandnes was given to me. So I thought I'll combine them and make a chunky raglan. I kind of started with using the pattern Winter League Sweater by
Winter League
Sweater. Probably should have said name, but anyway, Winter League Sweater. But she has. I thought I had the pattern open, but she has. Oh yeah, I've got. It's two of wands. Wands. Oh God, I can't say the word. You say it.
Where is it? Oh, 2 of wands. WANDS.
Yeah, I mean she's a very popular designer. She does lots of crochet as well, patterns. And she has Summer League pullover, Autumn League pullover, and Winter League pullover. And they differ in gauge, and so I kind of knitted it between the winter one and a weirdly enough summer one, because the autumn one is actually thinner, but the summer one is worked in like a chunkier cotton yarn, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So mine kind of fell in between gauge wise, so I used the numbers to cast on from the winter one, and then just to be fair, winded from there. But if you choose the correct yarn, all patterns are free on her blog. You can also buy them in the PDF format, but they're free on her blog, and you just need them as per pattern, and they're great. The patterns have this like a sweatshirt type detail here with cross stitches, but I didn't need that. Initially, I chose this pattern because of that detail, but then I thought this color is so bright, I didn't want to get any other details in there, kind of thing. I thought it would be like an overkill. Probably wouldn't have been, but in my head it was like, my head I was like, the bright color is enough, kind of a situation. So I absolutely love the drape of it and the softness.
Yeah, it's
nice.
So
when I was knitting it, because I knitted it on 6mm needles, so it went very, very fast because 6mm, but it looked so lumpy. Like on my Instagram, I put the photo in process. The texture looked very lumpy, but after a wash in the washing machine, I wash all my.
Has it got a turned?
No, it's just an Italian bind off. Yeah. Because again, I was thinking of doing a turned collar, but then it's so thick. Too much. But it's nice that you cast on for the back and then you increase for the front. So you don't do short rows. You just kind of increase and then you join it once you've worked some more. So you do get like a scoop. Well, not scoop neck, but what you call just
crew neck.
Crew neck. Yeah, just crew neck. And then it's just basic regular increases. And then they are compound increases, so you increase at different rates for the body and the sleeves as you go. To start with, you increase for both sleeves and the body at the same time, and then you do it at a different rate. But again, I kind of fudged it because of the different gauge to the patterns, but if you knit it to the pattern, it's all very clear, very good pattern. Quite a few sizes, I think it's pretty size inclusive. I think it goes to 5XL.
So the 2 of 1's blog.
The blog has free. It's for free on there, so you can just like check out all the deeds on there. Just if you don't want to first buy the pattern. I didn't even find it. I do have an ad blocker. That's probably why I didn't see many ads. Get an ad blocker.
Just drop that in the conversation.
Ads are annoying. Anyway, but it doesn't seem to be overloaded with ads or anything, and. The original one is knitted in the summer one, funny enough, it's 18 stitch gauge, but I think mine is more like 16 stitch gauge. That's why. Yeah,
it looks quite chunky.
Well, I started because
it's so soft.
It's very soft, and the drape is lovely. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather knit with Falkland Merino, because that tends to be the British Merino. Well, it's obviously not Britain, it's Falkland, but that's probably a controversial issue politically. But
we won't get into that. I'll hold that.
No, but British brands use it, so it's just a lovely drape. I think it's the alpaca that gives it a nice drape, and merino is just really soft, so it's just such a lovely sweater to wear to the skin as well. I wore it to the seaside at the weekend, and it was really nice, and so definitely recommended, especially considering it's free and you can just mix and match the 3 different pullovers. I was trying to find so many sizes there are. For sure, just to loads. There we go. It goes to 4XL, from XS to 4XL, which is 164 bust. But it's a raglan. You want a bit more, you add a few more increases. So I don't find that to be a problem anyway. So definitely great pattern, recommended.
Excellent. And I haven't got another FO, so you can jump back in with the next one.
Well, my next one is another Petite Knit pattern, and this is an Eva Cardigan. Eva. Who knows? Because it's Scandinavian.
True that.
Again, I probably should have just... Right. Then go straight.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves. She's having said that she doesn't wear anything under her jumpers.
She's
now...
but I am now.
She is now, yes.
I'm not an exhibitionist. Right, so
that looks really nice.
It's love it. I absolutely love it. I bought this on my travels, and so it's Turkish yarn. I haven't been to Turkey, but it's a Turkish yarn. It's Gazal superwash merino hand dyed.
Oh, you showed that last week.
I showed them both. So, but it's a DK weight. I think it's between sport and DK weight merino, and I held it with a strand of lace weight alpaca, baby alpaca that again was on cone. And I knitted it as per pattern, but my gauge is slightly smaller than the recommended gauge, so again I added extra increases to the raglan line here. You do start at the shoulders, you've got the back seam there, so there's like a European shoulder, but you do have raglan increases then here.
So your back seam, it's See, I'm finding that the back seams sit a bit further back on my sweaters now. Is that?
Some of them do.
Yeah.
But I checked the photos. Well, I actually saw it on Petiteknit's daughter, and hers set quite high.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of meant to be relatively high, this particular one.
Yeah.
Which doesn't bother me, does it?
No, it's fine. I just worry that I get the size wrong because the shoulders aren't sitting where I'm used to them sitting.
Yeah, some of them do sit right here.
Yeah.
But I think it just depends on the construction.
Yeah.
Because I've got the slipover that I wear, and that one goes at an angle as well and down. Whereas this one's more straight.
Is there like a lace, or is that just the open end of the stitches on the raglan? You've got.
No, it's just the creases.
Yeah, that looks really pretty though.
Yeah, just some creases.
Yeah. And so when you increase, because this is the thing, I'd never suss this, and I have to say, Irina's very, like I said last week, very sort of techie. She knows about construction and stuff.
I just fudge things.
Oh no, you know about construction. I would never have thought that, increase size, do some more raglan stitches. I don't think like that. So what you're saying, now I'm going to touch your boobies. Sort of one of those episodes today. So you're saying if you want to increase the size of the sweater, you don't increase your raglan on the arm side, but you'd increase it on the body side.
Well, yeah, if you want to, but because my gauge is a lot small. Well, it depends.
You increased on both sides.
I did, because it depends on your, because obviously we're all built so differently. Some people have large busts but thinner arms, and some correspond to the size of their bust. It just depends. So obviously, if my bust is larger but my arms are slimmer, generally for the size, or if that's my structure, for example, extra large breastage, but not so much, but the rest of it is like smaller size.
Yeah.
Then you just increase for the bust side, but not the arm side.
Yeah.
So you'll just get better fitting arm, I guess.
Which is completely logical, but
obviously there is an option of doing bust darts as well, but which is just short rows to increase this area. But I never found it that much because I tend to knit quite with a bit of positive ease anyway.
Yes,
so
and most sweaters, let's face it, have got way too much positive ease.
Yeah, well, I think with Petite Knit, it's always kind of good to go size down. I feel like they're quite generous, especially the bigger you go.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem. Yeah, that's the thing. If you knit a lot of patterns by the same designer, you kind of learn their sizing.
Yes. Yeah.
And whatever, so you can adjust that easier. But with anything that includes raglans, it's so easy to adjust. You just need a few more increases or a few increases, and that's So
and you don't have to knit them on the sleeves and the body. You can knit them on which one you want this more sizeage.
Exactly.
Everything's inch today.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then you just do this button bend, which is just a 2x2 rib, which is very easy. And then you just do regular bind off. You don't even do like an Italian bind off or anything on here.
Yeah.
And I've got some buttons.
I don't think I see you in cardigans very much.
I know. Well, I have two, but I do wear one. But I really
nice.
Cardigans. And I love this one. It's so soft. It's so pleasant to wear. It does kind of, I think, because of the colour, it just makes me think of like a granddad cardigan. But
it's comfy granddad cardigan.
Yeah.
It looks
and I thought
great.
it would take me longer, but actually it wasn't. I mean, it's got quite a long, relatively long rib here.
Yeah,
but
that's
not
what,
that
about
long.
3 inches?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think it said 10 centimetres to knit to, so about 3 inches and a bit. Yeah.
It's really nice. And you knit that in 2 weeks?
Maybe a bit more.
She knit in 2 weeks?
No, maybe a bit more.
Well, you hadn't started it the last podcast.
Oh no, I did. This one I started. No, that was already started. It was the green one wasn't started. This one.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So you knit 2 anyway in virtually 2 weeks.
Well, yeah. Well,
I've been knitting like a Trojan, trying to keep up, have lots of things to show people.
It's a blessing and a curse because I do have a ton of sweaters. I wear them all, to be fair. I don't never throw out my sweaters or anything. I mean, there are a few I've not discarded, but I put them in the bag that I'm thinking one day I'll unravel and I need something else with them. Because again, I'm very practical, so I'm not throwing them out or anything. But I do need to look like right now. Apart from the projects I have. Well, one of the projects I'm knitting for my sister-in-law, one for Nicholas, for my husband. So yeah, I do knit for other people as well. But it's a blessing and a curse. I don't do it on purpose. I don't knit fast on purpose. I just tend to be very fast at everything I do once I learn how to do it.
Yeah, and you're quite focused as well when you focus down on something.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so that's finished objects. We can now move on to whips. Okay.
You.
Yes, I'll talk for a bit just to give Irina a break as well. I have Oh, I wasn't going to, no. The Ingrid sweater, the Petite Knit Ingrid sweater, I have finished the body. I didn't bring it over to show because I thought it's not going to look that different because I was only a few inches off the body at the end of last episode. It did take me about 732 hours to do the sewn bind off, I have to say. And I hurt my neck because I was in the same position for so long and it was like stiffened up.
I'll send you the link because the Petite Knit has a modified, she uses a modified Italian bind off, and I love it, and that's the only one I use because I can't be bothered to every time to look up the kind of the standard one. And hers is, you can see this video by Kimi Mansholm, I think her name is. Yeah. She does all the kind of instructional videos for Petite Knit. And yeah, it's just so much easier. You kind of, anyway, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But if you're, I think it's the only saved story on Petite Knit's account. So if you go to Petite Knit's Instagram account,
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, there's one saved highlight story thingy, where the highlights, whatever it's called. And that just shows how that works. But Kimi has a proper YouTube video on YouTube, so I'll send it to you.
Yeah, do.
Because it's so much easier, and I love doing it now.
And we can talk about that perhaps next time.
Yeah, I absolutely love doing it now. Because
I mean, I don't mind. I think it looks gorgeous, you know, and it. I was doing this one and I was thinking, is this really worth it? Is anybody going to look at the bind off, you know? But then, you know, you sort of dig in and think, no, I'm going to do this properly and do it.
Well, I think what the benefit of it is that it doesn't cinch as much as regular bind off.
Okay, like I have quite a loose bind off, so I don't tend to get much cinching.
Right,
mine is probably too loose.
Because I knitted a sweater for my nephew, and he just like, oh, that's nice, because like he had one with regular bind off before, and with Italian it feels like a proper shop bought sweater, like there's no cinch, it just stretches.
Yeah.
So I think that just, it's more practical, especially for the bottom. I don't think it matters as much for the sleeves.
And it does look nice on the neckband, I must admit. I mean, the first thing I saw on your green one, it just looks beautiful. So I think there is that. But yeah, I did that, and so I finished the body, but I didn't start the sleeves because I have some other projects. I've got 2 Christmas sweaters. I've worked out I'm going to end up knitting on sleeves of 4 sweaters at the same time. I mean, it's a sleeve archipelago, I decided. It's not a sleeve island. So I'm going to end up with all this sleeve stuff to do, but I will show you that. So I have been working on, and I can show you this. This is a Christmas gift in my Urban Stitcher bag. That's Angie. I don't think she makes them anymore. I have been working on a sweater for my dad for Christmas. He wanted a shawl collar cardigan. That was his thing. And I found it really hard to find a plain man's shawl collar cardigan. There's loads of really lovely patterns with cables and texture, but I just wanted a plain one. And I found this one, which is from Knitpicks. So it's a pay-for pattern. And this is called the Danny Boy Cardigan, and it's in sort of worsted / Aran weight yarn. So I thought, oh, I like the sound of that. Have some of that. The shawl collar looks quite small there. I don't know if you can see it, but I thought once I've knit it, I'll see. I could always do a few extra short rows with that. And it's got this really nice garter rib detail. Again, don't know if you can see it. I'll try and zoom in when I edit, but I'm too far from the camera. Last time I felt we were too close, and it was like all you could see was our big faces in the camera. So we've moved back, but it just means that I can't reach to show you anything closer. So yeah, so this is Knitpicks, and it is, what do they suggest? I didn't use Knitpicks yarn. Aran weight, this is, and it's a gauge of 15 stitches. So I was like, yeah, do that. So I cracked on, after I finished my body of the Ingrid sweater, I cracked on and I actually got the body, so it's knit flat from the bottom up. So, yeah, quite difficult. Lovely. Yes, it's sew-in sleeve, so it's constructed, it's seamed sleeve, so I'll try and put this all together and turn it round so you get the rough idea. Can you see? Does that show up on? I need to put my glasses on because I can't really see. I can see everything I need to see except the viewfinder.
No, I can. Yes.
So there. So that's basically it. So seamed up, from the bottom. So you've got a basic rib, and then there are pockets, but I left the pockets off because I couldn't be bothered. If anything, I'll put patch pockets on afterwards. And then
they look like token pockets anyway, so I can put much in them.
I know, exactly. It's a faff. Yeah. And then you've got the raglan decreases for the sleeves, and then obviously you've got the V front there. Now, so I can show you this yarn because I think this is really, really lovely. There you go. Can you see that? I think you probably can. So this is Noro Madara. There's quite a big hype at the moment about Noro Madara, isn't there? Yeah, you can show this. Yeah. So it's a wool silk alpaca base. I think I've got it in here, although it's in the very handy Japanese label. I've got another.
You've got one in here.
Oh yeah, here it is. So 60% wool, 30% silk, 10% alpaca. And this is colour number 3. I can't think what it's called. I want to say, because there's one that's really hard to get hold of. I think colour number 1 is more the beigey colour that a lot of the big influencer podcasts seem to be using. But I got this one, and actually it's sort of a greeny grey. It's definitely got a greeny feel to it.
Yeah, well, there are green speckles in here.
Yeah, and then you've got sort of rainbow speckles, really, haven't you, in it? And my dad loves colour. He absolutely loves colour. So I think this will be really good for him.
Yeah, no, it's excellent.
So then I did cast on the sleeves, and I'm knitting them 2 at a time.
I think it'll block out beautifully as well.
Yes, I think so. And I'll talk about the gauge in a minute. But so that's the garter rib on the sleeves, and that just goes all the way up, but that's just a 2-stitch repeat pattern, so that's fairly straightforward. So I'm doing those 2 at a time. My yarn management is a bit appalling, but whatever.
It's always the case with you.
Yeah, it's
dingles.
the only thing is when I got to casting on for the sleeves, I realised that I had knit the whole thing on a needle size too small. And then I panicked. I thought, because normally I go up a needle size because I have quite a, not really tight gauge, but it seems to err on the small side. And I'd obviously forgot to change needles when I went from the rib onto the body. But I also had been really worried because I know this yarn grows a lot. People I've watched on YouTube have said it grows an awful lot. Casey from Young Folk Knits made a slouchy cardigan, and it ended up around her knees. It was. I mean, it was oversized, but it really. She ended up cutting out a whole load from it. So I thought actually a slightly tighter gauge is going to be my friend, and I think I measured it, and it's going to be okay measure wise. So I think that might be a blessing in disguise. So so that's the Danny Boy cardigan.
Did you? Sorry to put you on the spot, but did you do a gauge swatch? I'm not judging. I'm just wondering in terms of washing it and then seeing what it does.
Swatch? Who are you? Get out now. But but after I'd done several rows, I did measure. And I thought I was fine. But
well, that's sometimes I think when you knit with heavier yarns, the gauge swatch is such a funny thing because with the Frankie sweater, it's so stupidly heavy.
Exactly.
It would never show up on a small swatch.
No.
But then it just
you haven't got the weight of the sweater.
Like I don't know. I feel like it's quite heavy for just a regular sweater.
So wearing that, you're never going to get the same circumstances to get a real gauge, are you?
Yeah. Even just when dry. Well, I mean, obviously you dry it flat, but then in winter it's really hard to dry it fully flat. So it's when it's pretty much dry, I still hang it on something soft, like a back of a chair or something, to dry it better. So it still kind of stretches out a little bit anyway. But
I read a lot of, or I have read in the past, a lot of Stephanie Pearl McPhee, the yarn harlot.
Oh yeah.
And she's really funny about gauge swatches because she says, you should do them definitely. But she says they lie. They're all big fat liars. Yeah. But so it's hit or miss really. You can do a gauge swatch and it might be absolutely spot on, but it might not. But don't want to get too controversial.
Well, I think with gauge swatching, I think I'm much more likely to do it if I'm knitting for someone else. Because, well, especially men, like
Yeah.
Because I don't, like, if it's my man, I can try it on as I go.
Yeah.
But if it's not my man, so he's not there, I'll be
It's not my man.
Yeah.
It's not your man.
Yeah. I'll be knitting per pattern, so I want it to match the pattern sizing.
Yes.
So I want, like, especially the sleeve length, things like that. So I think that's when gauge swatch is more important. But I just start start knitting, especially if it's top down.
Yeah.
And then just measure my gauge a lot of the time. Because it's not a big deal for me to unravel. I enjoy the process anyway. So I'm a process knitter as much as I'm I like my finished project as well.
Yeah.
I enjoy the process work, so I don't mind unraveling. Although with stupid mohair everywhere. But again, for me, it's not that usually is my hair. But yeah.
Do you want to do a whip next?
Yeah. Little shout out to Plush Society shop. It's a small shop in the UK website because they do Noro. I was telling you about it because
we found it in there, didn't we?
Yeah, very hard to find. But if you follow them on Instagram, they do restock. When they restock the yarn. I think she's only a small business, but I've bought a few things from her, and very good shipping. Lovely stickers, love her stickers. She puts like cat stickers in there.
Gotta love a sticker.
Yes. But she might have something that bigger websites don't because fewer people know about it.
I have a feeling she had the #1 colour.
Yeah, she did when we looked.
It's
just called Plush Society, but I'll put the link in the
in the description box.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, what have I got? One project. Right, my working project. I just use regular bags as my project bags a lot of the time. So
that's like handbags.
I love handbags.
She's a bag fiend.
I'm a bag person. I'm a bag lady.
Bag lady, yeah.
Yeah. So this is my new cast on, and it's a sweater number 33 by My Fairy Things Knitwear. I think it's quite a new design as far as I know. But the reason I chose this pattern, because I had others on my radar to knit, but then I pulled out this big bag of, again, very deep stash yarn, which I was given, and it's Rauma alpaca cotton, and it's very similar to like Isaga Soft and the Mayo Garn Puno Fine that I just used for my winter sole sweater. That is just a tube filled with alpaca fluff. And I thought, while this kind of yarn is popular and there are more patterns to go with it, I'm going to use it. And I was thinking first, I already made one cloud sweater by Petite Knit, so I thought go for something different. So I chose this pattern, but she uses, let's see.
And you can see the colour. It's a really pretty
Suggested needles, measurements, materials. Yeah, so she uses Isaga Soft, but she also holds it with silk mohair. Okay. And I'm like, why? Like, again, if you're in a colder country.
Yes,
but I'm not. So I'm like, nah. I did a gauge swatch. It's not a very big one. But I thought I will...
That hardly constitutes swatch.
Better than nothing.
It is.
So what I've done is that I used the recommended needle, which is 5mm, based on my experience of knitting the cloud sweater and the other one. I thought it'll be fine for this kind of yarn. I think it's similar meterage to the Isaga Soft as well. So I just wanted to check that the gauge is pretty much the same if you hold it with the alpaca, with the silk mohair or without.
What gauge does that and the pattern call for?
So the pattern calls for 16 stitches on 5mm needle. And I thought, well, this is fine for 5mm needle.
And it says 16 stitches on 5mm
there
gauge.
Yeah. So I checked that just in case, and that falls about right. And I like it that I don't want it too dense.
No.
So, and this fluff always fills in the gaps anyway. So I'm like, that's gonna be fine, and I don't need extra. First of all, doubling the price.
No, exactly.
Not doubling the price because I didn't pay for this yarn. But anyway, I don't like just
in
what's
principle
the point?
Doubling the cost of it.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't paid anything, you've still got to then buy a sweater's
But what's the point? I just didn't say what's the point.
Yeah.
What's the point? What? But yeah. So because it's like I don't want it any thicker. So
there's a squirrel in the garden.
Oh, looks like it's about to rain as well.
Yeah.
So so I'm just using it, just one strand of this guy. So if it was Isaga Soft, I would just use Isaga Soft without the silk mohair. And I'm doing the increases. So the nice thing about it is the regular increases. I'll show you first. You can see these
so
little lines.
I get to see it first.
You see these lines?
Yeah.
Yeah. So show that how they look. They look a bit like machine knitted sweaters, like short bot sweater. I've seen
like tram lines.
I think they're called fully fashioned increases, decreases, whatever. But on the other side you can see them a bit better. basically they're worked by slipping a stitch first and then making one right and left, and then you stagger them. So the one repeat is 6 rows. Well, I mean, you do increase on every other row of those 6 rows, but you stagger them a bit, so it creates this little line like that, and and it just gives it interesting look, I guess. Well, I've got a rubbish picture, but you can also see it in the, if you can, in the photograph. Like you can see
you can see it there,
so it's just a raglan. You cast on.
I love that neckline. That's so in at the moment.
It's just
and it's like a funnel neck as well. So.
Yeah, it's just a stockinette, and then you do this little kind of wide rib.
Yeah.
And just increase for the raglan. So that's quite straightforward. She does have split hem here. I don't know if I'm going to do a split hem.
Okay.
Well, because I think like this elongated silhouette is good on this kind of figure that the designer has. She's very tall and very kind of tall, very tall and straight.
Very tall and very tall.
Whereas I'm stocky and short. So I think I will just look funny, because it will look like a dress on me if I do it kind of to full length, and I don't tend to wear such long knits that just make me look funny. I mean, I don't like, if that's your silhouette, no problem. It's just for me, I don't really kind of like that silhouette. I like
the suits.
Things.
And we'll cut just for a moment.
Outfit change.
And we're back.
Yeah. So I pretty much finished talking about that thing. And have you got any more works in progress?
I have. Yeah. I'll try. We just realised that this again it's got quite long, but it's every 2 weeks, so it's I cast on last week. I've mentioned her before, Casey, Young Folk Knits, and she's doing this thing called Fish Girl Fall. And when I first watched it, I was like, oh, really, I love the Caitlin Hunter with the big salmons and trouts, but I thought, oh, it's not for me. I wouldn't wear a sweater with a fish on it. I don't like fish. I don't eat fish, and
But you like fish. You like fish in a pond.
Fish
in
a pond.
Fish in a pond.
Yes, true, but not fish to eat or fish for. But anyway, I saw a sweater on Instagram and I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Boom. And it's the Mathilda sweater, and it was one of those spontaneous cast-ons.
Who's the designer?
I will tell you if I can find it. Is it on there? It's on the last. Oh, because she helpfully hasn't put a sweater.
Mathilda is spelled M-A-T-H-I-L.
Yes. Oh, Vorin Botten. Yeah, I'll put the link below, but that's the sweater. Now, when you buy the pattern, you get 2 charts. You get either the fish or you get a lobster.
Oh, cool.
So I don't think she's got a picture of the lobster one here, and I can't show you the chart because it's a paid for pattern. But basically, so you can make it with fish or with a lobster. And I really liked the fish. I love the roll neck, as we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not? And I went to my local yarn shop, which is in Lewis, Ida's House, give a shout out for them. And they haven't been there that long. They moved down from Surrey, I think. And I went and bought some yarn and I cast on. And yes, I'm not as quick as Irina, but
it's not a competition.
That's what I got. So I decided I wasn't going for red. I was going for like a creamy colour. And when I got to the shop and saw this yarn, I was like, I love that. It's such a lovely red. I think it's blowing out a little bit. Let me hang on, so I've got to put my glasses on again.
We're very Christmassy in me in my green sweater.
Yes, we're doing well, aren't we? So, and that's it. So again, it's a drop shoulder construction. So the same kind of Scandinavian construction. You start, that's what you mean at the back. So the shoulders are slightly towards the back.
High. They are, but they're still relatively high.
Yeah, they're on the shoulder, but further back, I think. So you knit the back, do short row shaping, come over each shoulder, pick up, knit the front, and then you knit. I did get caught out because you knit half of the motif flat. Then you join in the round.
And it is intarsia.
And it is intarsia, sort of stranded colourwork intarsia.
Okay.
Or she calls it that, but actually I just think it's intarsia.
Yeah.
So I had to pull it out because I got to the bottom of the fish, and then I had to read the pattern because I hadn't read it properly. Note to self: read the pattern properly. And I realised that I'd gone too far, so I had to undo half my fish to throw them back. See what I did there again? Yeah. And then redo the intarsia.
Puns galore.
Yeah. Lots of punnaged. But I really like it. I just think it's a bit quirky, it's a bit different.
No, it's great.
I've tried it on, and actually, because I was a bit concerned about the fit, but I actually, you'd be proud of me, I knit the top before I started the motif. When I just did the back, because you knit to something like 27 centimetres on the back first.
Yeah.
I wet it and blocked it and measured my gauge, and I got spot on with gauge with that. The yarn I'm using,
I can see it's kind of more even.
You can see, there's almost a line where I blocked it. So again, it's Gepard. I seem to be using a lot of that lately. And this is Woolia, and it's 100% organic merino. So if you can see
and that one's got
there.
very good meterage, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And this is a DK. And it's got, I saw it there, didn't I? What was it? So 266 metres per 100 grams.
Yeah, so that's much, and that's DK. So
that's DK, yeah.
That's much better, and I think the price is not that much more than Peer Gynt.
No.
So I'd rather use that, and it's a little lighter yarn by
It's
weight.
a beautiful yarn, this as well. It's so soft,
And
but not.
Scandinavian as well.
It's not soft like I can't do anything with it. Soft.
Yeah,
It's got a bit of structure, but it's lovely.
It's it reminds me BC Garn Loch Lomond. It's kind of Nicholas sweater. It's kind of similar, kind of soft.
The handle.
Spun.
Yes.
Yeah, soft spun kind of yarn.
Hand, they call it, don't they? They suggest a gauge of, it's 15 to 20 inches, 15 to 20 stitches, which is why I was concerned about doing my swatch, because I've obviously gone up a needle size and I wanted to make sure it was okay. But so that was the sort of the oatmeal colour, and then that was the red.
Yeah.
But I really love it. And so now I'm just literally on, I've got about 3 or 4 inches more to go of the body, and then I'll be hitting the sleeves on that one as well.
Yeah.
So that's Mathilda, but really, and like I say, the feel of it, I'm just really enjoying knitting on this.
Nice and soft. We make whole needles in there. It doesn't matter.
And
No, I don't mean an actual hole, I just mean I think needles poked.
No, there's a hole where I joined, and I haven't,
I see
where
the
yarn's joined.
Oh, do you not spit splice?
I don't, not at the moment.
Phew.
I spit splice the Noro.
I spit splice. I even spit splice the
Spit
Rowan.
Yeah.
Spit splice the Rowan alpaca
I
cotton.
don't know, just have confidence to spit splice, as in that it's going to really hold.
Why? If you like pull, you can see they just melded together.
Yeah.
You can't pull.
I've written there. I do a couple. I do it sometimes and then I don't do it. It's kind of like a...
No, I just hate weaving in ends because I always feel like I can see them on the other side, unless there is like a folded something like by the collar, I just stuck it into the inside and folded it. But
I do.
I don't mind the weaving process. I just feel like I can always see where it was woven in.
Yeah, you have to do it quite mindfully, don't you?
Sleeves. Because I played yarn chicken, because I only had 400 grams of this Aran.
Yeah.
It's like, but they're fine. They're not that short.
Well, you say they're bracelet length, and that's like the trend.
I don't care. It's fine.
I've got one more whip. Have you got any more whips?
Yeah, I've got one.
You've got one. You do yours.
Right. Well, I've got one little new thing to show, which looks very fun.
Right. So
It's a rabbit.
bunny, I said. Yeah. Bunny, not a sheep.
Yeah.
Just
well,
checking.
actually, this one's very similar construction to your Mathilda.
Okay.
And colour as well.
Oh, look at that.
So this is a sweater for my sister-in-law's birthday. I asked her what colour she wanted, and she said red. And she wanted like she said, oh, I want one like you're wearing, and that was Maud T. And I'm like, nah, I don't like knitting the same patterns often more than once. And I don't, okay, that sounds petty, but I don't like knitting patterns I'm wearing for other people.
Fair enough.
I don't mind if other knitters need that. If you knitted it, that's no problem.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't know. It's a petty thing, but I don't like knitting the stuff I have for other people.
Yeah, well, that's why we knit in a way, isn't it?
Maybe I'm special.
Yeah.
But anyway, but plus I only just knitted it, so I didn't want to knit another one right away. I'm thinking I will knit another one of it because it's such a practical top. I'll show it later next time. But I'll show it next time. But yeah, anyway. Always going on tangents. That's
Yeah.
why the podcast is 2 hours long. Because Irina can't keep to the topic. Sorry.
You're not going to be allowed to have your second rant. We haven't got
Yeah.
time for your second rant.
I'll rant again next time.
Yeah.
Right. So this is I already had this pattern. Oh, she said she likes V-necks.
Okay.
So this is a Petite Knit again, Stockholm sweater. I bought it years ago. I think she had like a 3 for 2 sale or something. And I bought it and I haven't knitted it. And I'm like, well, that's perfect. So I'll knit it.
Yeah.
So the pattern is meant to be knit in 2 strands of silk mohair, I believe.
As usual. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that. I've got this yarn. I already had it in stash.
I love
It's
that colour.
Spoony, I don't know how to pronounce it. It is by Eastix, the ones that make Loppy yarn.
Spoony.
Yeah, it's the same.
Spunny.
Yeah, it's the same brand that makes Loppy.
Yeah.
Is it just Loppy? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eastix. But this is their merino wool, superwash merino wool. Obviously, it's not Icelandic merino wool, presumably from Peru or somewhere like that. It doesn't say. But yeah, but this is just a superwash merino, 190 meters per 100 grams. So it's just like a heavier decay.
Heavy decay, yeah.
And it matches pretty much the pattern gauge that I've measured it, and it's supposed to be 21 stitches. Mine's about 20 stitches, so it's no problem. My sister-in-law is pregnant, so she will grow a bit, obviously bigger. So I'm kind of, it's no problem if my gauge is a little bit bigger, because it'd be a bit more oversized, and I think it'd be more comfy for her anyway for the pregnancy time, and then it's just an oversized sweater. So yeah, it's the same construction as Nicky's Mathilda, so you just start from the back. I've just finished the back.
Yes, yeah, and then you come over.
Yeah, and then I've just picked for the shoulder. You do short rows here, because it's a V-neck, so you do short rows first, and then you do the increases to shape the V-neck.
Yes, because you're coming in here, aren't you? Yeah.
So I've just done this shoulder. And
It's a lovely colour. It's slightly more rusty, isn't it? It's a slightly rustier red if you compare that.
Yeah.
Gosh, they look really different there, don't they?
I thought when I bought it, because I saw it online, it was on sale, I'm like, well, it's good. Because I'm always kind of, if I see superwash merino on sale, I'll often buy some, because I think it makes great knits for other people, because it's superwash and it's merino, so it's just something like, you can't have too much of that in your stash for gifts anyway. So, and it was really handy that I already had it. But when I bought it, I thought it was slightly more kind of orangey red, whereas it does.
Yeah.
Maybe it's this light as well. Now it's getting a bit dark.
It is getting a bit dark.
But yeah,
we'll be here tonight.
Yeah, we'll be in the dark now. It's very Christmassy here with greens and
It
reds.
is,
and
yeah. We've got Christmas
so
blanket.
I've started on the front now, just literally this morning.
It's the wrong way round. Turn it round. Excuse me, I've got a dog issue going on. You carry on for now.
But yeah, so that's my work in progress, and it's a Stockholm V-neck for a gift. And that's my other. I have got another 2 projects that I'm working on, but I'll talk about them some other time, because they're in a very beginner state, and yeah, I usually just work on 2 projects at a time, again in a normal tote bag.
One in the evening,
and
one in the morning.
Yeah, and what needles do you use anyway for your what are your comfort needles usually? I don't mean the size, I mean the brand.
Oh, Usually I go between Chalgu. I like Chalgu. I've got an old set of Higher that I bought years ago.
Yeah.
That I like, although I do puncture the Higher sharps, and they do puncture my fingers. And just lately I've taken to using Knit Pro Zings, because I quite like those, and they're not prohibitively expensive. Yeah. So I kind of, and I was thinking about asking for a new set of needles for Christmas. Because my highs are kind of, I'll use them, but I don't like such sharp ones anymore. Yeah. But Teddy, sorry, the dog is pawing at the door. But then I thought, actually, do I want interchangeables, or shall I just get fixed circulars? Because sometimes interchangeables are a faff. I can never get the right cable length, and so I'm kind of in between really. But I go to Ida's House Stock Knit Pro, so when I go there I pick up a random needle, so I've got, and I just have to check before I buy it, because when I had lots of whips then I didn't know where all my needles were. That was the thing. What about you?
So do you prefer metal or?
I prefer metal. I used to like bamboo, but now, if I'm knitting lace, I tend to move to wood, bamboo. But if I'm knitting, and I've got Knit Pro Symphonies, which are polished wood, so that's a bit better. You know what I didn't like was the liquor needles. I didn't get on with those at all.
Oh, but they're the same as Knit Pro, just different colour.
but they feel rougher. They don't feel as
okay.
smooth as the Knit Pro.
Right. Yeah.
But
Well, I use C-knit needles. They're just simple bamboo for my normal knitting, and then I have Knit Pro gingers, which has different colours than Symphony, but it's the same Knit Pro, but they are shorter length ones I have.
yeah.
So I just use them for sleeves. And
I don't like the shorty needles. I prefer the
They're
4-inch
not.
ones.
I'm not a fan of like really short ones. Like
No.
I have a set of Chiagu really short ones, but they're just too fiddly.
Yeah.
But these are like, what are they, 3.5 inch I think, the gingers.
Okay.
The gingers, so I find them really convenient for knitting really. So I use that for sleeves and stuff and hats or whatever, and then I use my C-knits for all the other knitting, and I keep them in this very handy Petite Knit roll needle case. And it's great because it just rolls so small, and it's so ideal for like when I go travelling. I just bring the entire.
Can I just say I'm interrupting you, but I'm going to have to put him down in a minute because Reggie's getting a bit cross.
Hey, mate.
But this is Teddy. This is puppy number 2. And there's puppy number 1.
It's sausages galore.
Yeah, so these are my 2 boys, and they've just had their first birthday, haven't you? Stop.
Oh, good boy.
So yeah, they can go down now. So I cast on the Stay Toasty Scarf by
Kutovakika.
Veronika Lindberg.
Yeah.
And I had yarn in my stash, and that's
it's so fluffy.
it's very fluffy, really soft. So
It's
it's a Lolodidit sock weight yarn, and it's a Homespun House suri alpaca because I'm allergic to mohair. And this is that's it, you can see it on my cute little hot cocoa stitch marker on the back. But I did this and then I did it wrong. These middle bits are meant to be rib, and I ended up with moss stitch, seam stitch. So I ripped it back and redid it. I could have done, but I like the rib look. So I thought, So I've started that just as a small travel project or a pick up when I feel like a project. And it's really pretty. I call them the silly little scarves.
Yeah,
I do like the silly little scarves. I think they've got a certain something.
Well, I have found them actually really convenient when it's not too cold.
Yes.
For a big scarf.
Yeah, and in
but
between.
when you've got a sweater like that, it's really nice to wrap a little something.
Yeah, because you made me a Sophie scarf, didn't you?
But it's not a Sophie. It's not a Sophie. It's a.
But you knit in cashmere.
It's just a small cashmere. Yeah.
Yeah, which I do wear quite frequently. I took it to London actually, but I didn't need it in the end. But so I started that. So that was really fun. I'm not going to show my crochet blanket. I think we're probably.
I think it's going to get dark.
Time and darkness.
Yeah, and I was going to talk about cones, but that's going to be next time.
Yes.
So but I will show you my new cone because look at it sparkly.
It's got sequins on it.
I'm not usually a very sparkly person, but I thought it would be nice to have like a more of a celebratory top or like a going out top, like something more fancy.
So what's the yarn?
So this is 100% cashmere, well 99% cashmere, and this is by Cariaggi, and Cariaggi is a very famous. It's a very famous Italian cashmere brand. So there's like Cariaggi, Laura Piana, and British one is Todd and Duncan. They're the most famous cashmere brands. And I saw that on eBay. I can't remember how much it was, but for cashmere it wasn't expensive. I don't know, probably it was £25 or something. And I don't know what the weight is. Well, I mean, I know what the weight is, but I don't remember. I think it's about
lace weight.
Yeah, but it's well, I can tell you the meterage. It's that's a very strange number in it. Is it 4 strands? I don't know, because it's not a normal number that I'm used to. I don't know. But I think it's more like.
I reckon
it's a
2-ply.
Yeah, because these numbers are very strange because it says 4.900. Anyway, not to waste time, but
yes, it's getting dark.
I like that the cones say when it was spun in 2015.
Yes.
Spun, so it was 2 years ago. Oh, no, 10 years ago, sorry. God, 10 years ago now.
We're going to finish as we started, aren't we?
But I think I don't think it's lace weight, I think it's like a heavier lace weight. So
I was going to say, it's a generous lace weight.
Yeah, plus again on cone it's always in oil, so it will look thinner. So I will definitely have to swatch for this one, but I want to make some kind of lightweight top with it.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Stuff. Yeah, I just like how it sparkles. I don't
Can you see
do
the
sparkly
in it?
things, but
No.
there's something so nice about this because I think it's very muted.
It is. It's
not-
very natural.
Yeah, it's just like really cute
Catch
sparkles.
some of the sparkle in it.
And you get that quite a lot in yarn and cone. I think there's been quite a lot of
Like
different
that.
with like sparkles and all sorts. So yeah, so that's my only acquisition this week. So yeah.
And yeah, I've
In
been
the last 2
yeah
weeks.
very. I have got a new thing again. I was going to talk about it. Won't talk about it this week, but I
Yeah.
bought the Maker's Notebook
Oh, nice.
from a seller in America,
Ah.
and it took forever to come from Making Treasures. I don't understand. She must have paid for it to come via snail mail because everything I should get from America, I usually get within 10 days.
Maybe it's because of these tariffs that they've had.
This took like 5 weeks
I
to
reckon
get
it's because of
here.
the tariffs. They must have made it more complicated.
But I'll talk about that next time as well, if you can bear to come back.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a thank you also Ruth. Ruth Loves to Knit podcast gave us a shout out.
Lovely.
So thanks for that, Ruth. And Ruth is crazy about knitting off a cone as well.
Oh,
so
cool. Oh,
sparkle.
check.
If you watch her podcast, she's
I've
just
never-
bought 2
never
massive
seen it.
cones
Oh,
of the
excellent.
British DK. You know, we were
nice.
talking about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she said she's got a really big
Yeah.
stash of cones.
Right. Well, we'll talk more about cones next time.
But we will. We'll try and condense it up a little bit. I don't think there's anything else.
Thank
We'll
you.
aim to go. You're off to Portugal.
Oh yeah, going away, but not from any.
No, just for you go for
Yeah.
short breaks,
Yeah.
don't you? And we will try and get back together in a couple of weeks. I will try and finish 1 or 2 of my sweaters, and I want to show my crochet Christmas blanket
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
If you've got any comments or questions or anything you'd like to share with us or tell us what you think, as long as it's nice, please. Please do leave comments. We love, we do, and we do actually reply to them all because it's really nice to read them. And the usual, give us a thumbs up. If you can think about subscribing, that would be good because I think then that helps YouTube push us around to more people.
Yeah.
And I think
We'll need to
that's-
talk about your quilting one day as well.
and my quilting,
So much to
yes.
talk about.
Well, I've just sent 2 of my quilts to the long arm quilter.
Oh yeah.
One of which is a Christmas one. So
Ooh.
perhaps when I show my Christmas crochet blanket, I'll show the
Yeah.
Christmas quilt. So you'll get a bit of variety.
I should bring mine that you made me to show.
And that I made you.
Yeah.
And I might be wearing my handmade clothes, my sewn clothes next time as well. So we might stretch out. And you made some bags, didn't you? Some Petite Knit.
Oh yeah.
You've knitted some bags and
Well,
things.
only one proper bag and one cosmetic
One.
pouch type thing.
Yeah, so much to offer, so much to give. I think that's all. We're bound to have forgotten
What if
stuff.
anyone has ever done a 5-hour episode?
Well,
I think people
we
would just
could-
like unsubscribe.
we could easily do that, but yeah, we'd have no subscribers at all. But again, thank you for sticking with us.
Thank you very
That's
much.
what you get with our Thursday afternoon, the Thursday Knitting Club,
Yeah.
basically. And we will hopefully see you again soon.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye. We do have a lot to talk about, don't we?
We have an awful lot to talk
I think we need
about.
to do like an episode, like literally just about your quilt. I'll bring the quilts you made me,
Yeah,
and then people don't have to watch them. They're not into that.
that's true.
If we just kind of
We could just say this
concentrate on-
is
and you can talk about
quilting.
your sewing.
Yeah.
And I'll show the quilts you made, and well, we'll show yours, and I'll bring mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a quilt for the quilting community.
We could leave that as a trailer for the next episode.
Oh.